The theme of this week's video is thankfulness. So, we're going to look at an example together of someone expressing gratitude to God in the Bible and see what we can learn from it. In the beginning of the book 1 Samuel, Hannah, Samuel's mother, was barren. She prayed, wept before God, and he heard her prayer and gave her her son, Samuel. In her gratitude, she gave God her son to service to live as a priest. Hannah also said a prayer of praise to God as a means of expressing her gratitude. So we're going to look at what we can learn from it. First of all, this prayer shows creativity in crafting the phrasing in a poetic way. She paints a verbal picture. In verse 1, she rejoices, declares what God has done. In verse 2, it states who God is and speaks of his greatness. Verse 3 and 4 are a warning to herself and others to be humble and honest about the state of one's heart, a sober reminder that God sees all. A summary of verses 5 to 8 is that the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. He is the source of food and no food. He is the source of plenty and poverty, and he is the source of life and death. Verse 9, another statement of who God is and who he is in our relationship to him. For those who are faithful to God are protected by God when we are within the boundaries of his grace. We are protected from sin and eternal death. We cannot succeed in our own strength, but God is ultimately in control. Verse 10 is a prophetic verse about who God appoints as king. Before there is a king in Israel, it also points towards the Messiah, Jesus, and his strength. And this mirrors the first section that God gave Hannah strength, he also gave Jesus strength. So in summary, what we can learn from this example is that when we express gratitude to God, we verbally praise him. We declare what good he has done. We declare who God is. We can be mindful of our position and posture towards God, recognizing that all is under his authority, all we have, our very lives. Recognizing that we can do nothing in our own strength, but God alone. Recognizing that all points to Jesus, that he is our and God's ultimate gift of strength. It is not only in the many things God provides that we are able to stand, but ultimately because of Christ. And because of God's gift of his Son Jesus, we always have a reason to be thankful, and we can praise him all day long. We hope this has been a helpful example to you that we can all apply to our lives. Feel free to watch the video over again and maybe note down what you've learned. Until next time, goodbye.